All right, man. I guess we popping up on Wednesdays too, man. Oh, golly. I'm trying to be getting these boys out. But, man, I hope you're doing good. I hope you've been prospering towards the things that you are obsessed with your life. And you building confidence through action. You feel me? Building confidence through action, man. Moving to get moving. All right. But, hey, man, today's video is this. What I'm going to talk about is leadership, bro. I've been I was trying to write down my next 5 videos, and it's very hard for me because I get stuck on one subject and I just cannot move forward. Right. So today's video is about leadership. I've just been thinking about this for last week, man. I really wanted to try to dig into it and give you like this. I was trying to shorten the video as much as possible because I feel like this is such an in-depth. It's a long conversation, especially for men, because I feel like we or men that we don't think about the leadership role as seriously as we need to, right? As seriously as we need to. Leadership is everywhere for men, everywhere, right? I feel like one thing that most men don't think about is when you're born as a man, two things that you will always, two things that the world just grants you is going to be leadership and power, right? Men naturally have power and leadership, right? Every man is going to be put in a situation where they're going to have to be the leader. Every man is going to have to be a leader at some point, right? And some more than others, but at some point in your life, you have been chosen to be the leader, right? And what you did during when you were chosen is what I'm talking about today, right? Because if leadership is not at the front of your mind, I feel like every man has followers, right? Every man is at some point is going to be granted women and children that will follow them. At some point, women and children will follow you, right? Because if you're the man in the situation, right? And if you don't have leadership as one of your main, I don't know how to say it, it's a part of your character. When it's your turn to lead, that you must lead, right? If that's not in you, you misleading people. If leadership is not something that you're willing to do at any moment in time, you're misleading people. You're misleading people, right? And I'm meaning that if you're chosen for leadership as a man and you decide not to lead, you're making it okay for your followers not to lead, right? You're not passing on the right to the next generation of men, or just basically just setting a bad example. You're just setting a bad example. And I feel like that's what's apparent now is a lot of men have set extremely bad examples for the younger generation, right? When the situation came and it was like, hey, what do we do next? And the man was like, oh, I don't know. Figure it out on your own. I don't care about y'all. I don't know either, right? Whenever that happens, that misleads the next generation. That misleads the generation. At the end of the day, leadership for a man is one of those things where you need to definitely keep this at the front of your mind. I don't know, this is a part of integrity, right? I'm not saying you always have to be a leader, because sometimes you can get in a room with other men and you're not the strongest one there. And that's okay. When you're not the strongest one there, you learn from the one that has the most experience, the most power, and then when you get back to your followers, that's when you go back and you teach them the things that you taught from the stronger man, right? Because in that situation, you were number two, right? But if the number one gets knocked off, you have to become the one, right? When you go back to your village, you're the number one, and you learn from a stronger number one in this other situation. You have to bring it back, right? You have to bring that leadership back to your village, right? Or your followers, or your people, or your women and your children, right? Because if you don't, you mislead the next generation. And it's a lot of people misled right now, just randomly walking around. It's nothing worse than being in a situation where it's time to make crucial decisions and everybody's extremely scared to make a decision. Men, women, all of them. Extremely scared. Nobody wants to be responsible, right? And when nobody wants to be responsible, those people would rather nothing happen than move forward. And I feel like we're in a situation right now where a lot of men are walking around willing to let nothing happen just so they don't be responsible for something bad happening. They don't even think about nothing good happening. They don't want to be responsible for nothing bad happening. And that's right there. That's the lack of leadership in their life. Nobody wants to take responsibility for the next person, right? I don't know. This video felt like it was all over the place, but I understand how important leadership is for my life and my family, right? I have to make decisions, and I have to make them fast, right? And I have to be able to, I don't want to say put up with, but I'm willing to accept any consequences that come from my decisions. Any consequence. It doesn't matter. I know I have to take responsibility, right? For me, I'm usually the leader because in most situations, like I'm gonna take leadership immediately, right? I'm gonna push for it, right? Because I want to be in control of my life and the people around me because I have integrity and I want to go a certain way, right? I don't want to leave my life in the hands of people, right? Unless you're very, very qualified, right? And I will qualify you first, right? If I'm gonna follow you. But that's okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been in situations where I wasn't the strongest man. And when he was talking, I was listening. Because I knew by me being close to a bigger one, I learned and I could bring that back to my people, right? The people that follow me, I'm going to go back and teach them something, right? But again, man, I just felt this video was all over the place, man. But hey, I hope you have a great night. We popping up on these days, man. Hey, the word is leadership, man. Take it in every situation that you can, right? And remember, you taking responsibility for your followers or your following, your women and your children, right? They need leadership. It's too many people around here that don't want to take responsibility, don't want to have leadership in their life. Nobody wants to be responsible. If you don't want to be responsible, you're not in control. You're not in control if you're not responsible. That's the video, man. All right, man. Yeah.